Lucasfilm actually did it. They've got people talking about Star Wars again. It's kind of crazy. They actually did it without attacking the audience. Let's give them a round of applause for that one. Yeah, way to go. Way to go, Lucasfilm. You didn't have to attack your fans to get them to talk about Star Wars again. But they did it in a pretty strange way. So, Andor Season 2 has dropped. I saw people talking about it. I probably won't watch it. I didn't even get through the first season because I thought it was kind of boring. But to be fair, it gets better, I'm told. A lot of people like it. And that's fine. But the question is, should Star Wars have adult themes and content such as rape, which Andor touches on? So apparently, there's this character named Bix who gets sexually assaulted by an Imperial in this episode. And he wanted to go all the way with it. And at the end of the scene, because it doesn't actually happen. She gets the upper hand and, takes the guy out and then looks at the camera and says, he tried to rape me, which is wild for Star Wars. Now, to be fair, there's been some themes like this before in Star Wars. Take, for example, Slave Leia, the slave girls that Jabba the Hutt has. Thinking about it, I'm pretty sure he was doing some nasty shit to them. But as a kid, that went all over my head. I wasn't thinking that. They explicitly state it in Andor. A little wild. And it's got fans divided. There is a lot of division on this one. Some people think it's okay. Some people hate it. And it's from people from all walks of life. This is a divider. I don't think they should have went there. You don't really need to do that to get your point across. And what they were going for was a power dynamic. There's other ways to explore that, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do with Star Wars, I really don't think we should have rated R Star Wars. I think, PG-13 to whatever I think is okay. You can have dark stuff in there. I do think that goes a little too far because something like Star Wars should be accessible to people of all ages. And that's what the franchise is. And that's just my opinion. If you feel that storytellers should be able to do whatever they want, that's fine. But I personally don't think that a show like something under the Star Wars umbrella should go that far. And some people agree, some people disagree, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree on things. Star Wars Theory put this out. SA and SW feels unnecessary. You can portray power dynamics and making the audience hate the Empire in other ways without taking it to such a disgusting place. Vader wouldn't tolerate that shit, nor does the Empire condone it. It has no place in Star Wars, period, unnecessary. I'm going to go over some of the reactions here. The showrunner definitely has a hot take on it. I don't know. It was a little bit of a wild one. Like, Star Wars needs sensationalism to get anybody to talk about it anymore. It's like, this is where we're at now. Andor creator explains that shocking assault scene. # we're all the product rape. And what he's talking about there is, in the history of civilization and armies and invasions, armies would definitely go to town on the people they are attacking. This is a thing. However, that's quite the bold statement. And honestly, does it really need to be a part of the Star Wars universe? This isn't Earth. This is a galaxy far, far away. And it should be something that can be accessible to children. So, yeah, I don't know, man. And keep in mind, Star Wars has never touched on this. They've never even shown consensual sex in the franchise, ever. Kissing, stuff like that. But they've never even went there. So you just go all the way with it. It's a strange one to me, man. I just think maybe this is a little too far. If it was some other franchise that was, a little harder, a little more grittier, a little bit more adult, then, I think it's totally fine. But in my opinion, I think this is a little too much for Star Wars. So here are some of the reactions. If you go and you look at the Hollywood Reporter's post, you've got people saying, do they know Star Wars is a kid franchise? He's a farm boy, you sick F. Excuse TF out of me, what? There's still time to delete this. You don't have to post everything. Here's Nina Infinity saying, Disney Star Wars is so desperate now, they're going to shock value an essay to get people to talk about their show. Holy shit, long gone are the days when people would nerd out on the best lightsaber fights. And that's true. That's a fact. We don't even go there anymore. This is what we have to do. And, he said that the showrunner said he got no pushback from Lucasfilm to do this. Maybe he should have had a little pushback. Maybe there should have just been a little bit of pushback on this one. I don't know. But like I said, some people, they're okay with it. And they say, this is how an army and an empire would do things. And I would say, sir, madam, this is not real life. This is entertainment. But, I'll give it to Lucasfilm. It's got people talking about the franchise. They don't even want to call a ship Slave One, by the way, as pointed out here. Calling a ship Slave One apparently crosses the line. They don't even label Princess Leia in the Jabba the Hutt bikini as Slave Leia anymore either. That's the name she always had, right? They don't even go there anymore. But this is not a step too far. It's so strange how they do things now with this franchise. Very inconsistent. Some people are calling this stunning and brave in the storytelling department. I just don't think this is a franchise that needs to go there. And as pointed out here, this isn't the first time they've done this. They didn't depict SA with this scene. Okay. It's alluded. I mean, she's a slave there. So, yeah, but for the most part, that goes over kids' heads. There's smarter ways to do it. But, this is their decision to do, and they have to live with it. I'm not saying you can't tell the stories you want to tell. I'm just thinking maybe it's best to leave that to other franchises and not in a franchise that's meant for kids. Or maybe you do it in a smarter way. I mean, she explicitly looks at the camera and says it. It's very weird. So, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Is this a step too far, or is it just fine? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Also, I got a comic book coming out. Comes out Friday. Check it out. There is a link to the sign up in the description. You put your email in there. You'll know exactly when it drops. Really looking forward to getting this out to you. The book is done. So as soon as the campaign finishes, this book is shipping. So look forward to that. I'm excited to get it out to you guys. Been working on it for a while. I think it's awesome. Lots of action. You're going to love it. So let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.